lotion, the basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket, lotion, the basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket. It puts it on the skin, lotion, the basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket, lotion, the basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket. It puts it on the skin. It puts it on the skin. It puts it on the skin, The basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket. Lotion, the basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket. Lotion, the basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket. It puts it on the skin.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Karen? We were messing with Ramon right before. He's like, "What day is it?" It's Thursday. I'm like, "Yeah." So he types in, "Good morning, happy Thursday." I'm like, "It's not. I was just joking."
It's Tuesday. It's Monday. At this point, it's irrelevant. Does it matter?
Who knows? I'm beyond knowing anymore. I just get up and go, and they just point me in the right direction.
That's about it. I just go where my calendar tells me to go, and if I didn't have my calendar, I would bad things would happen. I don't know.
The problem is I never actually pull my calendar up, so I'm constantly going, "Oh, I had that today.
I'm supposed to be there. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I'll do it tomorrow. We'll get there."
But good morning to all of you. Happy Thursday, Ramon. It is Thursday. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining our last stream of the week. We are getting ready for Glitterathon for next week. We got lots going on. Really gearing up. We finished the sale finally. That was I really think the warehouse wanted to kill us, but
But all orders are shipped. Everything is
it's gone. It's
all
gone.
right.
Thank goodness.
So if anybody did not get their email saying that it's on the way, let us know, right?
Check your junk mail first, please,
Check your
because
junk
that's
mail,
usually where it goes. But let's do some shout outs, and then we'll get our day going and see if we have any questions. You know what? Let's just get the glasses on.
Okay, I'm starting to do this, and I'm not sure that I like it. And then I finally went to the eye doctor, and she gave me bifocals. I'm like, it's not working. I will fall down the stairs if I have to wear bifocals.
Oh, see, mine are progressives, so they are bifocals, and It took a while. I felt like I was walking like a dinosaur at first, but now I'm used to them, and yeah, I just didn't want to have to change out glasses and stuff. And it really depends on your lens. If you don't get the right lens for them, it's very weird.
I think that might be a part of it because they're a little bit smaller. They're really cute, but they're smaller. And so I think that's probably why.
Yeah, it's hard. Anyway, PhD Nan, resubscribing for 1 month, been subscribed for 8 months. Good morning and afternoon. Back at you. OMG, it's a Julie, 100 bits. Ab Stokes, 22, 10 bits. The Lindsay M, 10 bits. The Lindsay M back in for 10 bits. Mini Moi for 10 bits. G-Fam lady.
Yeah.
Thank you. Resubscribing with Prime. Been subscribed for 4 months. Thank you so much. We got a hype train going. We got Jen Sparkles on nails for 10 bits. The Nail Tripper, 30 bits. The Lindsay M, 16 bits. We have Sarah Smile 6 resubscribing. They've been subscribed for 6 months. Says, love YN, the best products I've used by far in 20 plus years. I've been a nail tech. That's awesome. I'm glad you like it.
Things have changed, yeah.
Yeah, it has. Oh my gosh, I think back at what I used to use when I first started in the industry. Is like, wow, it really has come a long way.
All the different things,
yeah. 707 nails, 50 bits. Teal H 21 100 bits. V Kilman 5 community subs, giving out 5. Thank you so much. Kiana, is that right? Remember Kiana?
Yeah, Kiana.
50 bits. Boho Bells 9 bits. Fancy Finger 23 resubscribing for 4 months. Miss Deb the Enabler 15. Sorry, I itch. 15 bits. Melissa Roberto 10 bits. Melissa Roberto back again for 10 bits. Again, she comes back strong for another 10 bits. Thank you so much. Anti Dots Nails 100 bits. 707 Nails 100 bits. And just the tips and toes for 15 bits. Thank you guys so much. We got a level 2 hype train going on. We have a highlighted message, Karen and Tracy from Lindsay M. I wear more active length gel extensions. How curved should the underside of the nail be from my form? They look as curved on the underside as a longer nail does.
Okay, they don't.
How curved?
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
when you're just doing a short active length nail, you really just kind of want to keep it a little bit more to what your natural curve is. You don't necessarily need to pinch a really tight curve in. And if you want more of that look, you can. But for just a shorter natural nail, I would say follow more of the curve. Maybe just a little pinch, but not too much. With a longer nail, you do want more of that curve, more of that structure to give that nail more durability. But on a shorter nail, it's not as necessary to have that.
You're not hitting, you're not doing as much with them, so it doesn't like have as much impact. But yeah, like, you know, we always say, if you notice, like, especially like long bridges, they're built with curves, and that's for structure and that's for strength. So yeah, you don't have to go crazy unless you like the look.
And some people do. Some people like that really tight, short little nail, and that's great, you know. But for a shorter,
little nugget,
I prefer that natural kind of look.
Let's see. We have. I asked my eye doctor to make additional glasses so I can see well at the 18-inch, 24-inch distance, so I don't have to lean over. Ergonomics are important. Yes, they are. They're very important. Yeah, I like my progressives. I definitely when I first got them, and sometimes I'll switch lenses and it's completely in a different spot, and that's really trippy. I got one set where I couldn't even wear them. I'm like, no, I can't. It just never got used to it.
And that's the thing. I don't know if it's because I'm new to bifocals and I just don't want to admit that I'm getting older. I don't know, but my eye doctor said, wear them for a weekend, you'll be fine. I wore them for one day and I'm like, no, I'm going to fall over. I'm constantly doing this to like look at the ground, and I can't do it.
Well, let
so
me ask
I
you,
don't know.
were they bifocals or were they progressive?
Bifocals. So
Okay.
it does have the low line.
So maybe try a progressive because it's a little more.
It's so interesting because like I talked to everybody about this, and some people say that the bifocal was easier to adjust to because you had,
It's just
specific
boom, yeah.
IO, but then they had trouble with the progressives. And then some people like you're vice versa. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't, bonus points. It's like, I don't know what to try, but
I don't have any.
I got another appointment coming up in a couple of months here. So we'll try again.
We'll see.
what she
We'll see.
says.
Yeah, see, I tried contacts and that was an absolute no. I tried 3 different times. They could not get it right. I was having to wear my glasses over my contacts, and I'm like, no, this isn't working.
I used to wear contacts for years and years. And then like way back in high school, I started wearing contacts and then got to doing nails, and with all the dust and everything, it's not good for your eyes. So I'm like, I just have to wear my glasses. But now I'm thinking maybe LASIK might be a good option.
Man, I want to look into that. That definitely is interesting to me. Greg and Habib both have had it. Now they're starting to have to wear glasses for reading and stuff like that here or there, but because I guess they can't really, as you age, they really can't fix that. But like, yeah, because they both wore glasses. When I met them, they had to wear glasses full time. They always wore glasses. And then they got the LASIKs. I'm like,
I don't remember that at all. That was before my time, apparently.
Yeah, both of them. Let's see. Gel by Jess. Haven't caught a stream in a while. Been working my butt off, and finally graduating nail school Saturday. Oh, that's awesome!
Congratulations.
Yes, it feels so good, right? Starting in a salon next month, and nervous as heck. That's normal. We've all been through it. But the hard part's over. That's school. Oh.
Now it's fun. Now it's the fun part. Now you get to enjoy the clients, enjoy the creativity, and do what you love. So don't be, you're going to be nervous, but don't be nervous. You got this.
I think we'll jump into a mix, and then we'll read some more questions and see what we got on YouTube. And but at least I can be planning for the mix. We got some, Ramon?
We do. Our first mix is for Nettles Nail Bar.
Okay.
And they are requesting, I would love a glitter that embodies my split personality. Harley Davidson, meets sparkly unicorn. All up to the chef. Chef it up.
Okay, so speaking of Harleys,
Did you get another accident, Tracy? Please tell me no.
I'm on my second, but I haven't got another bike. Stan has the Harley. I have the Indian. But as you guys know from last week, someone swerved into me and they hit my bike. Didn't do anything to my bike, but they got some damage. But I never heard anything because it wasn't my fault. But my bike is very quiet, as I was telling you guys, and so I don't think she saw me because my husband was on the other side, splitting lane on the other car's lane, but next to her, and he's very loud, and I think that's why she swerved into me. I think she would heard him and kind of just, as she took off, swerved towards me, not noticing me because I'm not loud. He changed my pipes last night.
Did he tell you he was going to do this?
Oh, yeah.
Or...
I'm like, I'm not going to argue with him. I obviously, it worried him that, someone ran into me, but it happens. I wasn't stressed about it, but I'm pretty sure that God himself could hear me starting my bike this morning. I took Ramon and Habib and Katie out this morning, and I turned it on. They're like, Ramon's like, it's loud, right, Ramon?
Yeah, it's loud.
It's loud.
It's pretty awesome, though, but it's loud.
It's beefy. It sounds cool, but I can no longer hear. So they'll hear me. I won't hear anything else. But yeah, so I got you. Harley Davidson makes unicorn. Anything on micro?
No, she said it's
Chef's
up to you.
choice. Okay, cool. Question from YouTube from Kelly. I have a question. Is dip powder bad for the natural nails?
That is a question we get on every different product out there. Is acrylic bad? Is gel bad? Is gel polish bad? Is dip bad? The product is product. If it's just sitting there on your table, it's not going to do anything to the nails. It's not going to do anything bad. It is how you put the product on, how you prep the nails, how you do your application, how you do your filing, how you do your removal. The product itself, no matter what you're using, is not what's going to do the damage. So if you're somebody who is just starting out, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to file, which we've all been there, okay? So it's the filing that can damage the nail, it's the prep that can damage the nail, it's the removal that can damage the nail. So just make sure whatever you're using, do your prep gently. You don't need to, file excessively. Just use a medium arbor band on your electric file or a 150 grit hand file gently. And then for removal, depending on how you prefer to remove, if you're somebody who likes to soak off, you can always file, the majority of the product off and then soak the rest of it off so that you don't have your fingers in acetone for a long time, because acetone can also dehydrate the nail plate a little bit and make it a little bit more thin and brittle. But if you're also somebody who prefers to file everything off, use either your safety bit course or your X-cut bit if you're comfortable with that. Use that to remove the majority of the product, and then use your arbor band to remove the last layer or two that's on there. But you do not want to be pulling that product off. You don't want to be scraping that product off, because that can also pull layers of the nail off, and that's where the damage can come from. So the product itself is completely safe. It's just how you use it, how you apply it, and how you remove it. So
bonus points. What she said. Yeah, exactly. Just made a vanilla latte. Ooh.
Send one my way.
Gosh, you though, but it sounded delicious. Whoever said that. It's never the products, it's the nail tech. Now, here's what's funny is, so Greg went live on TikTok yesterday, if you guys were watching, and some of them were kind of bashing him, and it's funny. They're like, he just said that it's bad nail techs that do damage. And yeah, it's not necessarily that they're bad, maybe it's just untrained, but he was just, he always has that saying, it's the tools that do the damage, and not or the fools that do the damage, not the tools. But yeah, and it's like, yeah, well, it's not that they're bad techs, maybe just uneducated or unexperienced, but yeah, that's what happens. So
I mean, seriously, my product's sitting here right next to me. That's not damaging my nails.
Yeah.
It's not doing anything to my nails until I put it on or take it off. That's where damage can come from.
I saw Ocean Dream. I saw someone on a Facebook community saying to never use an e-file natural nails. I was like, nope, laugh out loud. Asked why she said that. Apparently her instructor in school said that. So I hear that we, especially teaching, I hear we'd have someone come into class new, fresh out of school, and she's like, "You're ruining the natural nail. I do only natural nails. I take care of the natural nail client." And it's like, listen, that's cool. You can make money doing natural nails. It's gonna be harder. You're gonna have a harder time, but if you want to learn how to do it properly and really be able to progress in this career, let me know. But usually it's just miseducation. I was told the same thing. I educated my clients for 6 years not to everybody let someone use the electrophile on you with the natural nail. I told them that was bad. I mean, they freaked out when I pulled it out and started. I mean, I would cut smile lines with it or clean underneath with it, but natural nail, no, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, there may be a little misinterpretation of it. In school, a lot of times they tell you that, don't use it because it's bad, or a lot of times it's just because the instructor is uneducated.
They don't know how to use it.
No offense to cosmetology instructors, but a lot of times they don't have the full nail knowledge, and they're the ones that are teaching. So if they don't have the knowledge, they can't teach you how to use it. So they just say, we don't use it, or it's bad, or don't use one, because that's, for whatever reason.
Yeah. I don't know about in the other states, but in California, the only way that you can teach nails in a school is to be a licensed cosmetologist, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. You can't get your teaching license for nails if you're just a nail tech. I love that. Just a nail tech. It's like we're the ones you want in their training, but it's all good. It's fine. It's fine. I won't wait. Are we ready to mix?
We're ready. Here we go.
Do, a do. Chef Tracy, chefing it out.
Can you go up? I'm missing some stuff. Sorry. My instructor told us we couldn't do gel pedicures. I'm like, if you have a dehydrated the nail plate in order to do it, my clients have no issues getting a water pedicure and gel last month. It's yeah. I mean, and you know what? I can understand what people, because I used to teach not to do and I refused to do it. I would always do the gel toes before I did a pedicure, so I wasn't oversaturating the nail plate. Now, that's also when things weren't as progressive as they are. Products aren't the same. It seems now that people do full pedicures pretty good. They watch the toes. They don't oversaturate with oils and stuff, and then they cleanse really well. But maybe the teacher is an older instructor, and back in the day when products weren't all that good. But yeah, it's like
well, and that's the thing, things change, techniques change, we learn and we grow and we
change. Yeah.
Okay, 5 years ago we didn't know XYZ. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, we didn't. I don't know when did fiber gel come out. Things are constantly changing, and we're learning new things. And people ask me questions about fiber gel all the time, and I'm like, oh wait, you know what? I haven't tried that. It's so new, but let me try it. Let's see what happens. And then you learn different techniques and different ways of doing things, and what's going to be better, what's not going to work. So it's everything's a learning process.
Constant. So. And that's the thing is, you don't just learn once and you're done. Some people do, people that, but that's not what you want to do. You want to keep growing, because, people will happen is they're like, I have a full clientele. Why do I need to learn something new? Why do I need to do that? Why do I need to do that? And you're like, you know what, you're right. But what happens is those techs that have been around for a while that refuse to grow, learn new trends, learn new product, what they notice is that they start to slowly lose clientele. Whether it's from clients pass away, clients move, clients decide they want some trends and they go somewhere else. And then they're like, what's going on? It's like, well, you kept yourself relevant. You have to keep yourself relevant. It's like a fancy restaurant that everybody wants to go to and it's the most popular place to go. Well, it might not be the most popular place in 10 years if they never change their decor, never change their menu, never change anything. What was popular 10 years ago isn't popular now. So
you got to stay up. You got to stay up on the trends. And on another aspect of that is, if I was still doing the same thing that I was doing 20 something years ago when I started doing nails, I would have gotten bored and burnt out, and I probably still wouldn't still be doing nails right now. Me personally, I need change. I need new things. I need things to keep me interested. If I'm doing the same pink and whites as I was doing 20 years ago, I'd be so bored and frustrated and annoyed. And I'm like, "Ugh, not another pink and white again."
Well, that's why I switched to doing art. It wasn't my client. My clients weren't asking for it. They really weren't at the time. It was pink and whites. I couldn't handle doing another pink and white walking through that door. I was going to lose my mind. And then it changed, so I was prepared. So we could ramble for
I
days.
don't like to do pink and whites these days. I don't like to do smile lines. It is not my favorite thing because I think I just did so much of it, for so long. And oof, look at that.
We're going to make it a little more unicorny. We have a highlighted Patrick. Patrice, sorry. Just came on to say thank you to Jessica in customer service. My package was received by my freight forwarder last week, Friday, and I was only notified Tuesday that I would need MSDSs for the product if it had to be a hazmat to. Okay, yeah, because we don't ship. Yeah. She answered me on the chat, and I had needed information less than an hour. Things don't ship to Trinidad, so yeah. Some people will actually hit a freight forwarder or something, and then we're not aware. We package and we do it as it's in U.S. So that's awesome. I'm glad she was able to help you. Tell us more, Habib and Greg's secret story.
I would still like to keep my job.
I have a
I'd like
lot.
to keep
That's yeah, exactly. Let's see if I could tell you. Let me think of one that I can actually.
Nope, not that one.
I don't
Nope,
think I
that's
can. I'm sorry. Let me think. I'll think for a while.
I got one.
You got one. Ramon's got one.
I got one. Not a lot of people know this, but Habib loves to sing. Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Yes.
It's true.
I never knew.
Yeah. It was actually, now some people might not know this, he was in a band. So that's how you met him, correct, Ramon?
That is correct. Through the band.
Oof. Yeah, that's more unicorny now.
Yeah, let me, but just, why not? A little bit more.
All right. It's not a Greg and Habib secret, but if you want some funny videos, go look at our original video. Go back to like when we started posting on YouTube. Oh my gosh, all of us look goofy. We look so young.
Dude. My favorite one though is the original Walk Away Reborn. It has if you watch it, so in the beginning there's a UPS guy that comes in and he delivers a package at a salon, and in the salon is working a person that was a mentor at the time, and it's her salon that she worked at, and Greg's there, and the delivery guy's hands it to the receptionist, and then the receptionist is handing it to the nail techs, and when they do, the YN comes up over the head. The UPS guy is Habib, which is funny.
I think I knew that, but I've watched that video many times, and I'm like, are you sure that's Habib?
Yeah, that's there we go.
All the cute little Easter eggs that we find in those old videos.
So if you can find it, is it on YouTube?
It's not on YouTube, but I do have it.
You do have it.
Yeah.
I swear it was on there somewhere because a while back we were doing our commercials or whatever, and I swear I saw it, but I could be wrong.
I'll have to dig, but I don't think it's on there. If it is, it's an Easter egg hunt for sure.
Nice.
All right. You guys go find it. If it's out there, go find it.
And then I'll try to think of some appropriate stories. I'm looking at going into a salon where the room is in the middle of the building. I'm concerned about the ventilation with acrylic. Will an air purifier work? Can you talk about purifiers and ventilation, please? Thank you. You guys are so amazing by helping us. That's a hard one. I mean, are you planning on using acrylic? If you're not going to use acrylic,
You're fine.
you're golden. But the problem is the smell doesn't really bother us. I don't find it to be all that strong. I actually like the smell of it. It smells like money. But people are crazy. I've had people I can't stand the smell just because they knew I was doing nails. Like,
You're like,
and
I
it's
haven't even opened anything. I
I
don't know
haven't
what you
opened it,
think.
and it's gel. I didn't bring acrylic, so I don't know what you know what I mean. So sometimes it's just a mindset. So yeah, ventilate. Cross ventilation is always helpful. Purifiers can be helpful, charcoal based, but you want a closed garbage container. You don't want you really want to zip block anything that that has liquid in it. Dispose of your garbage frequently, but you're always going to have someone that complains.
Yeah. I mean, check with, the building owners or whatever and see if there's any way that they can put in ventilation. I mean, ventilation is going to be your best bet, if you don't have windows or anything where you can get a fan to, pull everything out. I feel like the air purifiers, I don't know. I don't know how good they work. We have one up in the OWC classroom and sometimes that helps, but for the most part we just turn on the ventilation and it sucks out all of that
Yeah,
air out of it. So ventilation's going to
it's
be your best bet if you can.
honestly what you got to worry about is you talk to the owners, right? You talk to the owners and like, hey, open a container. This is what it smells like. Are we going to have a problem? Because what you don't want is the owners coming to you after you've gotten settled. If the owners are cool,
You're good.
I'm trying to put this nicely. Forget everybody else. How's that? Uh, yeah, because you're gonna have someone, and you're gonna have the hairdresser who's doing Brazilian blowouts or perms all day, being the one that complains about the smell, which is always funny to me. That the
Yeah.
one, but so should we go on to the next one, Ramon?
We shall. So the next one is for Gina's Nails,
Gina's name.
and they are requesting pink, purple, iridescent, bright.
Pink, purple, iridescent, bright. Got it. Thanks to COVID, we use N95 masks. It's great. It filters air particles and odors so much. What I use. Okay. That's, yeah. I mean, if they're wearing masks, it's going to help, right?
The thing about masks is make sure that you're changing that mask on a regular basis. I think sometimes people use and reuse and reuse and reuse their masks and they think, oh, this is helping. When in fact, all that product gets stuck in the mask and then you're just breathing in directly from that mask. So it's kind of catching and then you're just breathing it in. So change your mask
Isn't that the
regularly.
truth, though? I've watched so many. This one guy cracked me up. He's like, when first COVID came out, it was like, got in the car, he was hand sanitized, he had his mask, he clean, pull out of the plastic, clean mask, all this, and he's like, a year after COVID, he's like, gets in the car, slams the door, he's scrounging on the floor that has all this garbage, grabs a mask,
Ugh.
throws it on. He's like, yeah, kind of defeats the
Nope.
purpose.
No, change it out. Change it out.
Let's see. The neighbors complained to my nail school instructor because of the smell, so she had to change the monomer to odorless so they wouldn't get complaints anymore. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
See, okay, I want to know who was there first? Was the school there first or was the neighbor there first? Because if the neighbor moves in, I'm sorry, you moved in to this area and tough. We were here first. You should know what to expect, and too bad. Uh, but people do. They get upset about all those little things, and I don't know. I don't know what to do. But yeah, try to get ventilation if you can, and honestly, just for yourself, for your own personal needs, the best way is just to get the ventilation and pull that chemical out of there so that you're not breathing it in all day. Got anything else?
That's why I ended up opening my own salon. I was asked by the owner to move to her shop. Day 2, she said, I can't handle the acrylic smell. Are you kidding me? Thanks for that. A month seeing clients at home until I could get my salon opened. Always check that owners are good with the smell. Yeah, wow, no words.
That they would know. I mean, if they are a salon owner and they're allowing nail services in their salon, you would think that they would know that acrylic smells, perm smells, hair color smells. I mean, come on. How do you not know? I mean, did they think that you were just doing nail polish? I mean, and that smells too. I don't.
It
How
does.
do people-
Polish smells to me more than, I don't know. I know acrylic smells. I'm not dumb, but I mean, like it's just it's part of it. And like I said, it's like Yeah, it's just funny. I
You know,
don't
I
know.
think a
No
lot of
words on
times,
that one. That's awful.
I think a lot of people, like from many years ago when MMA was such a big deal, not as many people are using it or are allowed to use it anymore, thank goodness. But I think that MMA smell had gotten into so many people's heads as being so strong that even when they smelled the smell of acrylic, with EMA these days, they're like, nope, we're not having any of that. Get out. So it might still just be it's stuck in their head
Yeah.
from 20 years ago. I
Yeah.
don't know.
But yeah, long story. We're going off. But I would check with the owners and make it clear, like, hey, I just want to make sure because I don't want to go through all this process and then have other people come to you and complain and you stress me out about it. This is
Yeah.
this is it. But a lot of schools in self do odorless because of the smell, which I always thought was funny too. It's like you're a school, you need to teach people how to
And the
do
challenge though
nails.
with odorless is that because I used to have to teach with that, in a couple of schools I taught at, and it's there still is a chemical smell to it. So just because you're not, noticing that smell, I mean, I would have students after half an hour because, they close the doors and it's not ventilated, they start to get lightheaded.
Yeah.
And just because you can't smell it doesn't mean that there's not chemicals. So you got to be careful about that too if you're using the odorless.
Yeah, it's same like we'll get calls from people and someone will tell me I want to go organic, so I'm going to go gel, and it's like I don't think you understand. No smell doesn't
Doesn't.
equal organic.
Yeah.
So it's still all chemicals. But should we do this and then I'll read this question?
Yep. Here we go. Whoops, started a
Do
little.
do do, a do do do. Chef Tracy, chefing it out.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is the monomer that smells. They've created monomer smell neutralizers. Yes, I don't use them because I don't like to add something into my product that could affect my product. So, I mean, some people do, but you do have to be careful with that. Like you're dropping smell replacers, so now it smells like fruit punch instead of monomers.
Now it just smells like
Yeah.
fruit acrylic.
Yeah, now you're stiffening it even harder. But no, I don't like to personally put additives into my product that I'm not aware of how that's going to break down my product or cause lifting or any of that. But I mean, again, you just have to get in the right situation. I really want to attend, this is Shannon nailed it. I really want to attend the OWC. I'm excited to attend such a well-rounded additional training. I'm currently working in a salon that offers acrylic services and no hard gel. I'm wondering if I should wait for the next acrylic OWC or would I gain just as much benefit from attending the gel OWC in Feb? My question is, do you plan on doing gel?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What do you think,
I mean,
Karen?
whatever you're planning on doing, that's where I would start. Perfect your skills in that. So if you're only allowed to do acrylics in the salon, I mean, at this point, I don't know that there would be a need for you to take the gel. Now, at some point, if you really want to, definitely take it. You're going to learn so much. We have basically the same format for both the acrylic and the gel. It's just working with different products. So you're going to learn kind of the same things in both classes. But yeah, if you're only going to be doing acrylic at this point, I would save your money, spend that wisely on perfecting your acrylic. And then transition to gel if at some point you decide that you can do gel, you're able to do gel. Is there a reason that the salon doesn't want you doing gel? That'd be my other question.
Yeah. That's
'Cause, yeah.
interesting because usually it's I don't want you to use acrylic, but that's interesting. Yeah, I think if you don't plan on doing gel, I wouldn't say go to the gel class because it's gel focused. Though you are going to learn fundamentals, right? Prep's the same. You will learn shaping, but I mean, I think I would just personally wait and for the acrylic so you get the full benefit of the course. Trish, the neutralizer affects the product specifically. Why in monomer? This is the thing. Things are formulated, right? Any product line. So our monomer is formulated with our powders. We test over and over and over with our powders, and some powders don't work the way we want it to work. So we use we have our own formulation that we use and own formulation of monomer. Now, if I was to drop something else in there that I haven't tested or formulated for our product, yes, it could cause problems. It could affect your lifting, how it applies, several different things. Thoughts, Karen?
Yeah, I completely agree. And this kind of goes back to, when people say, oh, I use Young Nails liquid, but XYZ powder. It's like everything is formulated to work together as a system. And when you start messing with that system and maybe you're having issues with lifting, you message us and say, I need help. I don't know what to do. My product is lifting. Probably our first question is going to be, are you using our whole system? Are you adding anything to our system to change the chemical makeup of it? And if you are adding things into it, we can't really help you troubleshoot. I mean, we'll probably tell you stop using, whatever. But it's harder to troubleshoot to figure out if there's something else that's going on, or if it's just that there's an outside chemical that is messing with the formula of our product.
Yes.
So, yeah. Definitely, I don't recommend mixing products. Now, with that said, 20 years ago, I used to use one liquid with one powder with another whatever. I used to be that home chemist too.
I call it Barbie chemist.
Where do you say that? But it's because back then I couldn't find a whole system that I liked. I couldn't find one that didn't lift, where I could use good colored powders, colored acrylics, glitters, all that kind of stuff. I couldn't find one product line that had everything that I needed. Then I was introduced to Young Nails, and I'm like, wait, my product isn't lifting. My product doesn't discolor. It goes on easy. I'm not having issues. I don't need to mix anything else in. I don't need to add other things in. I have everything that I need here. So 20 something years later, here we are. I don't know.
Exactly. Let's see. It's weird. I don't mind the stronger smell of acrylic, but I hate the very mild smell of gel. It's so funny. Yeah. Sometimes people will like, oh, your finished gel smells, and I'm like, it does? And then I put it up to my nose. I'm like, oh, I guess it smells. But it's like I don't hold things up to my nose either.
Bonus points. It was funny because when we first launched that, you guys sent out samples for us to test out. And I think it was sometime during COVID or something. And I noticed the smell right away because I think I have a stronger sense of smell than some people do. And I was like, oh, this smells terrible. And I messaged back and I was like, does anybody else have the same smell? And somebody had said, no, I don't smell anything. I was like, do you have COVID? Have you lost your sense of smell?
Some people, are more sensitive.
Some people are more sensitive.
And certain smells bother you and certain don't. So it's all. Let's see. That's a question. Am I 40? No, they're talking amongst each other. A video to show how to remove the full cover tips. Oh, she's asking us. I thought that we were responding to her. Sorry, Marcy. Is there a video to show how to remove the full cover tips after being adhered by fiber gel? What we got in the new kit. We do have removal videos.
I don't know if we have one for the full cover tips though. I'm gonna make a note.
Yeah, maybe not with the fiber gel. I think we've done a video on how to remove them. Melissa did, I want to say, but I think we just moved it with the electric file. But I think that was glue, not fiber gel. So yeah, we'll come up with something. Let's see. Sad girl charm. I go to take state board tomorrow, Ohio. Do you guys or anyone in the comments have any last minute advice or words of wisdom? My anxiety and nerves are going to haywire, and I want to get through this and pass. Be licensed. Send me the best, please.
Breathe.
Yes.
That is my biggest piece of advice. At this point, you've done your studying. I mean, keep studying if you have time, until then, keep cramming all the information, but just breathe and read through each question, read through each answer. Just because you think you know it right off the bat, take the time. Most testing places, you have more than enough time. So take the time, read the question, read it again, read all of the answers, and then answer. And breathe. Just breathe. You'll get through it and you'll do fine. But
You got this. Yeah. Ooh, I like it. Got
I
our
like it.
iridescent pink, purple. I think I'm gonna put a little more of this one in there, and then we're good. Let's see. W2 Dasher. Ladies, I had builder gel on 2 nails and I soaked the product off and my nails are very thin and feel so weird. Do you ladies by chance know what could have caused that? I didn't do anything different from what I always do. That's why I ask you ladies if you all possibly know what could have caused it. It absolutely didn't change one thing and I used all the same products. So it is odd. When you say what builder gel?
That was my first question. Are you using like a hard gel, a synergy gel, or are you using the fiber gel, or
Yeah. Could you just,
something?
that's going to kind of take us down the pathway of what possibly could happen. So could you let us know no, so that wasn't W2 Dasher, done by Steph. Can you let us know on that one?
No, that wasn't done by stuff. This is another question.
Oh, okay, that was
That was
W2
W2
Dasher. Okay.
yeah.
I was watching some of those young Y2 videos or young YouTube videos about going to the worst rated nail salon, and I'm surprised on how the people who went to it get their nails done. They usually are fine with things that shouldn't be getting done. For example, removing the remainder of the nail with a nail tip. MetroCard is very popular, by the way. It's crazy. It really is up to us to educate people about these things. I saw so many things being done wrong in these videos, but they are usually okay with it. They usually end up judging the design, and I think that means instead. Okay, I have my feelings about those videos, but what you're saying is it's very common in a lot of salons. In fact, I've never heard so many people tell me that when I went to New York that people remove their nails with a Metro card. I'm like, why a Metro card? It must be flimsy and just the right. It's not good, obviously. Not a good thing. Here's your mix, by the way. We're all done. I hope you like it. But
It's exactly what she said in that comment, though. It's about us educating. Clients are coming in, they're expecting us to be the professional and us to know exactly what to do and how to take care and maintain their nails. They don't know. That's why they're coming to us. So we are the ones that need to do the things the right way and explain to the clients and educate the clients. So if maybe they do end up going somewhere else, maybe they move, they go somewhere else, they will know that this is the right way to do it. This is not the right way to do it. So there's just lack of education. And when I got my nails done when I was a teenager, I had no idea. They ripped the nails off. I just thought that's how you do it. So there's a
yeah,
lot of
it's
information out
and
there.
we have people that will get mad at us because our videos are accessible to clients. And they're like, they don't like that we're teaching clients things like this, but it's like, I like the consumer educated, but I personally do not like those, I went to the worst rated salons. Why are you doing that? Why go, you may be working with someone that's new, this is how they've been trained, you're putting them on blast, you already know it's the worst rated salon, right? And I'm just, I refuse to watch them, because I think I've watched one or two, but I just refuse now because I just like, you know what, whatever you get, you probably deserved it because you knew what you're getting yourself into, and you're doing it for views, and you're doing it to humiliate someone. And I know sometimes some of the girls are nice, sometimes they're not. And I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. It's a little cringy to me.
I don't like, that's the thing about the internet that I don't like. I could go on for days about what I don't like about the internet, but
Right.
that, there's no need to criticize other people. They're running their business how they're running their business. And maybe they haven't had the opportunity to get the education that they need. It is what it is. Let them do what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. And, don't go back to a salon that didn't do it right, or, and don't let them. Like, if I walk into a salon and they're going to do something I know is damaging, I'm not going to let them do it. But I know some people aren't comfortable doing that. Or if it's dirty, I'm going to just walk out, on top of it. So, let's see.
So the last question that you had, Tracy, this is the answer here. So
I'm
the
not
clear builder gel is what they were using.
I'm not familiar with that line. So if it's a hard gel is not soakable. So it must be some form of a soft gel. And it would depend so when you soak your nails in acetone, it like some people will actually they respond worse to acetone than others. I've seen the nail plate curve, like it just shrivels up because it's been dehydrated and all the moisture and everything taken out of it, that it's almost damaged the nail plate. So did you do any filing along with removal? Yes, it is a soft gel. Or I'm a little lost at words for this one.
I have another question about it though. Are you soaking off every time you're changing out your product, every time you're changing out your color? Because if you're soaking off every single time, that's going to dry out the nails every single time. You're re-prepping the surface every single time. So depending on how you're prepping, it may be taking a little bit more, of that natural nail away every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks you're doing this, that's going to, over time, it's going to cause damage. Now, if you leave your product on and just re-prep that natural nail that's showing, that's only removing the shine from that, not from the whole rest of the nail again.
Yeah.
So we would recommend, not soaking off, not taking all your product off every couple of weeks. There's no need to. So it could be just over time, thinning of the nail or dehydrating of the nail.
Yeah. The only time my nails have ever gotten weak and brittle is Greg got on this kick of, because everybody, when we first came out with manicure, right? Everybody, it was you soak gel polish off. That's just how everybody, and we'd be like, no, we personally electric file it off. And so Greg's like, let me go through how to soak. I'm gonna start soaking yours off so we can, I am prepared for the questions. Okay. And after about 3 times, I told him, you can't soak my nails anymore. They're breaking, they're dry, they're brittle, and I don't want you to do that. And my nails never have any problems. So, yeah, just it's and like I said, some people just respond to acetone a little worse than others. I think I've seen like that. Have you ever seen it where the nails start pinching? Yeah.
Mine do that. Because I used to soak, years and years ago, I used to soak my acrylics off all the time.
Yeah.
And especially my pointer finger, it would go, from this, it would go like this, like super tight curve. Yeah. Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of, some people don't realize that you don't have to do a full removal all the time, especially if you're using a clear. There's just no need, unless the product isn't stable enough, but usually you should be able to just do that quick little fill and you're good to go. So, let's see.
Another glitter mix? Where are we at?
Yeah, we'll get that. Thanks. How do you suggest? Okay, we'll answer this. I'll get the mix and then we'll ask this question. What we got? Is this 2 or 3? 3?
This will be the third one, yeah. Okay. So the next one's for Too Precious for You, and they are requesting ocean blue with small pieces.
Ooh, ocean blue, nice. So from YouTube, Nira Salon, how do you suggest we charge for using multiple colored acrylics in a set?
Great question, because that's something that you're going to do a lot. I always say for whatever thing you're using, it's $5 per thing. So if you're using glitters and you're adding 3 glitters in, it's $5 per glitter. So $5, $10, $15 per glitters. Same thing with your colored acrylics. If you're using 3 different colored acrylics, $5, $10, $15 for your colored acrylic. Now, the way that I do it, if I'm doing a dimensional nail, okay, I'm going to charge $10 for that nail, for one nail right off the bat. That includes one color. So one color, colored acrylic, one glitter, whatever, one something into that nail. Anything on top of that is going to be extra. So if I have a client that's wanting to marble in 3 colors into their dimensional nail, I'm going to have the one color as the base color, so that's 10, and then 2 more colors is 15, 20. Sorry, I lost track where I was. So that, that would be $20. Now, with that said, that if they're doing 2 dimensional nails, it's $10, $10, and then 5 and 5 for the extra colors. It's not 5 per nail. Does that make sense? Am I explaining that right, Tracy?
It sounds right to me.
Okay. So it's not like you're charging $5 for each color on each nail. It's $5 for the color.
Yeah, it's the this versus I did it on that nail, not that. Yeah, the only time I break it down per nail per design is 3D flowers. It's $5 per flower. So, and I try to price it where they don't want it. I hate doing that. So.
And it's that's 3D flowers are definitely something that takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're charging for that.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to like, oh, I just want white. Oh, okay, I'm gonna charge you for white, and they get flowers all over. No. We ready to start mixing?
Yep, here we go.
Do do do, a do do do. Chef Tracy, chefing it out.
Shoving it out. What does it mean? Miss trying to nail it. What does it mean when the curve of the nail looks like an upside down Nike symbol instead of the usual arch? And is there anything a nail tech can do to correct it?
I'm trying to imagine.
Like
It's
hook?
the Nike swoop,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a hook. So,
Hook or swoosh?
No, so it looks like this. So it looks hooked.
Oh, hooked under.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you
So
mean?
the free edge.
What do you think?
I'm trying to understand what this looks like.
What does it mean when the curve of the nail looks like an upside down Nike
Yeah,
symbol?
so instead of a C, it's a 90
Like
symbol.
hooks underneath. Okay. And instead of the usual arch, and is there anything a nail can. Is it the natural nail that does that? Or is it once you put the product on? Is my first question.
I'm still not understanding what this looks like.
Maybe if I do the Nike swoosh, we'll
Okay.
understand it better. It's just a check, right? Remember? Like,
Yes, and they're saying yes, the natural nail.
so their nail kind of curves in, down. Kind of like this. Hold on, I'm turning on the camera. Trying.
There we go.
So, like that, Ramon? Like,
Can you put the camera down a little bit further? No, just move the camera towards you.
oh, no, but I'm right here.
Okay.
Is that right? Like this is their nail?
I think so.
And then, I'm not a drawer. I'm not Greg. But it curves. What do they
So
call
the
that?
nat-
What do they call that? There's a name for that, right?
It's like the natural, sorry, the natural nail just like curves over the free edge. Is that?
I think so. I think it just
I think it's looking down the barrel.
help us out. Help us out.
I'm
A
seeing
pincer
something
nail.
there.
It is called a pincer. Okay, let's look up pincer.
Is that where? Isn't that
Bonus
where the
points.
nail gets that really tight curve?
I think so.
I'm very confused as. I
trying.
need pictures. I'm a visual person. I need pictures. I don't understand.
Hold on, please hold.
Yeah, like the natural nail has an arch that off centers when looking down the barrel. There.
Yeah, the natural arch has the off center when looking down the banner. So does it pinch in? Like these are toes though. Is the problem? Here, like that. Do you understand, Ramon?
I think it's down the barrel. So if you're looking down the barrel instead of a C curve,
Yeah.
it's a Nike swoosh.
All right, Tracy, will you find a picture of the swoosh, just so I can see that? Then maybe I can-
Yes, let's look at that.
Yep.
Nike.
Yeah, people are thinking that the C curve is not even.
Okay.
So it's kind of lopsided, like it. That actually happens on
Well,
my
it's
nails.
upside down
Oops.
would be that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, kind of like what I drew.
Okay, so it's lopsided. It's just the C curve is off, so it's not a perfectly curved. It's more.
But is she
Curve.
talking about this is her free edge as it points down, kind of clubs?
No, so that wouldn't be the side view. That'd be down the barrel.
Oh, this is down the barrel, so this is what it looks like. Oh, so it pinch. Okay, Okay, so it pinches in. So it's kind of like growing into the sidewalls, correct? Like it's
But it's kind of shifted, like it's kind of like the curve
wonky, a wonky
that
C curve
appeared.
is what someone said. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess my question would be, has it always been that way? Because if it's always been that way, it's probably your
Hereditary.
genetics. It's how your matrix is going to produce your nail cells. If it's something that has started recently and has changed, um, I always say any changes that you see in your hair, your skin, and your nails are definitely something to discuss with your healthcare provider, because those are areas where your body is gonna it's gonna show changes. So
Yeah,
if it's
your nails are definitely a window into what your health is.
that's yeah.
Then the other thing is acetone. It could start dehydrating. Remember, I was talking about how the nails curl like this. Could be a possibility. Did you damage it? Did you hit it? Slam it in the car door? Could also be a possibility. But first thing, if none of those are like Karen said, is get a healthcare. If it's a new thing, talk to your healthcare provider. And then obviously, if you to try to correct it, I recommend acrylic. Personally, I would cut back as far as all that off that I could from the free edge, and then that way you can try to kind of correct and get it to grow. I always say acrylic works really good for ingrown toenails, and the reason being is it draws up, it pulls up a little bit. So if he says that's okay and you're good to go, you might want to try that.
I have another question about it. Is it just the free edge that's doing that, or is it the whole nail, the nail bed? Is the nail bed curved, or if it's because if it's just the free edge, it again may be because if you were soaking in acetone, or if that nail got dehydrated, it's going to again kind of curl in and kind of pinch in, even just on that one side. But if it's the whole nail bed, if the whole nail bed is shifted, then there may be something else going on
And
too.
then, I mean, is it cutting into you? Like, is it starting to grow inwards? You definitely want to take care of that if that happens, because that can lead to infection and all kinds of different things. So, I hope we kind of helped on that one. But yeah, if the doctor says you're good, it's not ingrown or any of that, and no infections, and it's just something you've always had, I would try acrylic.
Yeah.
Nails by Ruby. Nails are definitely a window into your health. That's why I put pretty colors on them so I can ignore all my problems.
Oh, goodness. Don't ignore your problems. Deal with them. It's
I
much
guess.
easier in the long run. Just deal with it head on.
I guess that's one way you can look at it.
I need to take my own advice on that. But
Izzy, how much do you charge if you encapsulate flowers and butterflies?
oh, butterflies.
Um, did you design them? Or are they like pre-designed?
So
I would ask. But again, if I'm
I'm
designing the
guessing.
butterfly, it's going to be per color and per one I do. So if I'm using 3 colors for the butterfly, that's $15. Plus, I charge at least, I don't know what I charge for a butterfly, but back to the flowers, I charge $5 per flower. So it would be $20 a minimum. That's just for one flower because I charge per color. And then if I'm doing that all over, you just keep on adding your five, 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 five. How many flowers do you do?
Yeah, so basically start with your price for what you would charge for your encapsulated nail. So if you're just doing one, $10, 20, whatever you charge for your encapsulated nail. And then on top of that, you would charge for your flowers. So $5 per flower,
And per color.
per color. Yeah.
Yeah. How does acrylic on toes work? Is it an overlay to help ingrown toenails? So Deborah, really, when I started doing nails, we only acrylic toenails, but of course, gel came out. It's a better option, I think personally. It's faster, it's easier, but I do like them for ingrown toenails because if you don't pinch it, it actually has this little pulling effect, and that can help kind of pull if it's not a severe ingrown toenail, and help the nail groove, the nail actually grow out straight from the nail groove instead of digging in.
Yeah, on toenails, if there's a damaged toenail or something, first of all, make sure that everything is safe, clean, healthy, that you're not, putting an acrylic on an infected toenail or something like that. But if they have maybe, they broke a corner of their nail off or something like that, I tend to like to use acrylic to build that corner out and just make that nail, look more normal again, normal. Um, but just make sure that you're not applying your acrylic too thick or too long of a nail, because when their feet are in their shoes, that's going to be kind of putting pressure on that toenail. So if you build up too thick, it's going to be too much pressure on there, or even too long, it can be too much pressure in there. So keep that in mind.
It says for Pro Kit with points only ships to US. Would there be any way by paying the shipping to the UK followers, or is it more to do with what's inside? I'm nowhere near yet. I'm only 7. Unfortunately, because there are what we call DG, dangerous goods, which is just it's flammable. Protein's flammable, liquid's flammable, swipes flammable. It makes it very difficult for us to switch into a different country. That's why we have distributors in those areas. So we can't, unfortunately, we cannot ship it to the different countries. Sorry, yeah, it kind of sucks, but yeah, that's why we take that off the thing for anybody that's not in the U.S. Let's see. I think the problem. Yeah, you got it. I think the problem is chemicals. Yep. Tracy, what colors are you using for the ocean blue mix? So we used
We're doing ocean blue.
Carnival Zipper. We used Built Differently. We used Funky Papa. We used Western Blue, Night Shift, Ozone, Stratosphere, Fame Orbit, and then I used a couple colors you guys don't have yet. So, sorry. But those, and I used Bumpin' also. Those are good. For these, you probably could use Weather Delay. Is an iridescent blue like this. It's Mylar though. And this one, you could go ahead and just use. It's pretty darn close to just Western Blue. So a little mix of Western Blue and Stratosphere, you're probably good to go.
Looks pretty similar to that we used to have.
What is it?
Surf.
Oh, Surf. Oh, Fame Orbit, yes, is very close to Surf. It's just a little bit different glow.
Yeah.
A little different, but that one, I mean, Fame Orbit we have now. It's just the one that's. I'm gonna sneeze. Ooh. Those two, but yeah, I think if you mix just a little Stratosphere with Western Blue, you'd get this color, no problem. I'm saving for a Pro Kit, and I'm in Canada. I'm heartbroken now. So Canada's one of, I don't know about the points if that's open. We do personally ship to Canada, but it's that you actually have to call in because there is shipping is completely different to ship into Canada. That's why people in Canada can't actually order off our website. They can't order directly from us. Hawaii and Alaska, we do the same thing because shipping is just completely different to them and the cost is way more. So I don't know about the points, Ramon, as far as that goes. But yeah, I'll find out about the Canada one. Let's see. Should we get the last one and then we can keep talking?
Yeah, for sure. So the last one's for Glossy Nails. And they're requesting, would love a peachy pink iridescent chrome effect, some chunk.
Peachy pink
chrome. They also asked for an addition from Habib, but unfortunately Habib's not here.
An addition?
Like if he can help mix it.
Oh.
I mean, he's not here.
But I'm going to write this down this time. Peachy pink chrome. I'm not sure if we're going to get a chrome effect with the glitter, but we'll try. We'll get probably more of a hollow. What was it? Peachy pink chrome. Ramonsky.
Peachy pink. Whoops, sorry. Peachy pink iridescent chrome effect with chunk. With some chunk.
Okay. Perfect. So we have a question on YouTube from Denise. What is the best practice type hand to use?
Well, of course, we're going to say our practice hand. No, we're going to sell you something else. No, honestly, our practice hand it's a really good product. And I've seen other products. I've seen other trainer hands. People ask me this a lot. What's the difference between the $12.99 one on Amazon versus ours? And I actually have a video that I done a while back showing kind of the difference between ours and a lot of the cheaper brands out there. The biggest difference between ours and the other ones out there is that the tips will actually click in 3 times down into the finger on ours. So once it's clicked all 3 times, it's really in there secure and it's very stable. So you can do your application, you can do your filing, you can practice electric filing, all of those different things without that nail popping out. Now, on a lot of other trainer hands, that nail will only click in 1 time, so you don't get as secure of a hold of that tip. So that's one of the main reasons that I love our trainer hand versus anything out there on the market. Ours, you can clamp down to the table if you want to. Otherwise, you can just leave it. We kind of coil the arm part of it and just set it on the table. So there's that option. All the fingers bend. It's the trainer hands that we use in our OWC, so that's what people practice on all week long, and they do great with it. So one thing that I always like to tell people with our trainer hands is when you're taking that nail out of the finger and you're just going to replace it, take it and slide it out. Just slide it forward rather than lifting up on it, because when you lift up on it, that'll actually strip the threads that hold that tip in. So slide it out, or even just slide that plastic fingertip, that plastic, the skin part, slide that whole thing off and then take the tip off of that. And that's a better way of removing that tip so you're not stripping the threads out. But I've seen a lot of trainer hands on the market. There's a lot of different that actually look like natural fingers. I haven't used those, so I personally love our trainer hand. I think it works great, and you can do everything that you need to. You can do all your filing and everything, and it works great. So, yeah. I lost Tracy's volume. I can't hear you.
Sorry.
There she is.
No one wants to hear it. I said once you learn on you do trainer hand. I mean, I always tell people at the OWC, I'm like, you don't understand. At the end of the week, when you do a regular hand, it's going to be so much easier, less frustrating. I mean, it's a good hand, but they're all, any trainer hand, it's stiffer. It's just not the same as working on a real person, but it does make a huge difference because you don't have victims that will sit there over and over and over while you practice. So it's the next best thing. Are we ready?
Yep, here we go.
Do. Chef Tracy chefing it out.
What are they blaming on Ramon?
What?
They said blame it on Ramon.
Oh, that you weren't talking.
Oh, yes, blame it on Ramon. I plan on ordering a trainer hand to practice on for my birthday. Awesome. Yeah, I mean,
Birthday present.
I know we talk about this, but like, they didn't have anything like that when I first started out. And I mean, it was you practice on a clothespin.
That, yep.
Or you had the little finger hook. That was like the ultimate. If you had the little finger hook, and it's just like.
I still don't know how they expected us to use those, because like some of them, they had like the thing that you could actually slide a tip into, but it wouldn't stay. It wouldn't hold there. It would just fall out as you were working. And then others, it didn't have anything to slide it into, so you'd have to like hot glue it onto the nail or something. It was a mess.
Yeah, it was not the same. It wasn't the same.
Yeah, so all you guys going to school right now, you got it easy. All you darn kids.
All you youngins. I'm a licensed nail tech. Can you go up, Ramon? Sorry, I just lost there. It's just a little bit. I'm a licensed nail tech and would like to practice on a real people without officially charging. How can I ask for donations? Okay, this is awkward, right? Because you obviously don't feel like you're at the point I'm just making a peach, guys, right now. So, because we don't actually have a peach. That you're in the awkward spot, right? Where you're like, I don't feel like I'm good enough to charge for everything, but everybody will get free nails, but you're paying for the product. I just would ask, like personally, like I thank you for I would love to do your nails, but I do charge X amount of dollars, and that just covers product. For that, and usually no one's going to have a problem with that. Karen,
Yeah, the only tricky part about that is with licensing and, charging for services. If you're a licensed tech, it's just tricky with, state board. If you're charging for your services, you have to be licensed. So I can't remember if they
she
said
is
that
licensed.
she is. Okay. So if that's the case, you're good to go. You charge whatever you need to charge for at least a product charge. I would say, honestly, charge half of what your full price would normally be. Don't discount it just because you're practicing. You're still going to give that person a really good set of nails, but it may take longer. You may, need to work on things as you're going. So don't undercut yourself too much. I personally, if I'm practicing, I would charge half the price. So, or do it as a model charge. That way you're not saying that, oh, I'm practicing, but you're doing a model.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you tell people I'm practicing, that's when I think they get kind of a little bit more picky, and they're like, well, okay, you're practicing, so I'm going to help you. I'm going to tell you what you're doing wrong. No. That's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm working on what I want to work on. And that's the other thing. Make sure that if you're practicing or you're doing a model, that you are working on what you want to work. Don't necessarily let them tell you what they want on their nails. You're doing what you need to work on.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, there's not get to decide after you're getting it for free. Let's see. Can you use stain resistant on manicure fiber gel?
Tracy, you say you've had good luck. I've on my last nails that I had on, I did fiber gel on some of them, and then I did a little bit of fiber gel with a dip, the dip powder to try it out. With the dip powder, it didn't work as well, but yeah, with the fiber gel, it worked.
Yeah.
I didn't have any issues with cracking or chipping. And on the fiber gel with the dip, was it fiber gel with the dip? Maybe it was just dip. Sorry. It cracked, so don't do that. But yeah, with just the fiber gel and stain resistant, it worked good.
Yeah. And again, it does depend on your flexibility of your nails. If you're putting the fiber gel on it super, super thin, and it's just this thin layer over the top of your natural nails, and you have bendy nails, I probably wouldn't recommend doing stain resistant. But if you put fiber gel on where you have some strength to it, yeah, it works. Ooh, I'm liking this. Getting a little bit more of a chromy texture. We're getting that peachy pink. I think I'm going to add a little more. Is it going to be this, or is it going to be that to get a little more peachy? And
I like that.
yeah, I love this color. This is one of my favorites.
Which one is that?
Texture Friends.
Okay.
Thank you, Karen, Tracy, Karen, and everyone in the chat for awesome advice. We got you. That's what we're here for. Trish, in my state, it is illegal to charge without a license, but I charge for product to use. Would that get me in trouble? You gotta get with each state. Each state is different. In California, you cannot charge for nails unless you're licensed. So I would definitely check with your state.
Yeah. See, ask them if there is something that you can do to charge just a product charge for practicing and stuff like that. But yeah, it's always best to, find out what your legalities are before you get in trouble. I know people that say I'd rather ask for forgiveness than for permission. That when it comes to your license, ask for permission first. You don't want to lose your license in the long run.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is the fine's pretty hefty, at least in Cali, and also it can actually block you from ever getting a license. I've seen that happen, so gotta be safe. Don't want that to happen, because obviously you love doing it, and you never know when you want it as a career. Let's see. Can you use fiber gel as a base before applying I lost it. Is it say acrylic? Yeah, acrylic. I
And I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that there would be a need for it. I've had people say, "Can you use fiber gel under hard gel because they want to be able to soak it off?" And that you'd probably be all right with. But as for putting acrylic over it, you're going to get your strength and durability from your acrylic, so you wouldn't need that extra layer of the fiber gel. I think it's just an added step in, using products that you don't need to use.
Shell's Nails. Who do we Google to try to find out contact information to ask these questions? Ask.
You guys go on Discord, and there's a little section for ask questions here. Otherwise, you can always message me on Discord. You can message me on.
I think because I know Shell Nails is on our Discord. I think she's asking more about state board. And so for us, I just look up State Board of Cosmetology, California. So yours would probably, whatever state you're in, State Board of Cosmetology. And a lot of times they have articles after, at least ours does, articles after articles on all kinds of things you can look up. You can look up people's license. You can confirm establishment license. You can do all kinds of things on the State Board of California. So that's what I would Google. I think if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, every state board, they generally have all of their laws and rules stated on their website there. I know here in Minnesota, we have 2 books of laws and rules, and they're all on their website, and there is contact information. So if you do need to call somebody, they should have some kind of contact, either phone number, email, whatever. They should have something where you can contact them directly.
What was that? You hear that? Like someone yelling?
Kids screaming out? Is Greg out there?
No. But Habib is filming something, so that might be him.
Okay.
Ramon, I will need a what? A ticket? A raffle ticket? Is that a raffle? I don't know. Tracy, can you post a link to where you get your sanitation products somewhere? I Googled it and came up with a manufacturing product. Please hold.
Which one is it that you use, Tracy? Is it the Ultronics?
Uh-huh.
I would just Google like Ultronics nail disinfectant or yeah.
Oh yeah, a bunch of stuff comes up. But yeah, to purchase it from. So check it out. Yeah, I just looked up Ultronics disinfectant. That is Habib.
Oh, are they filming? I think they're filming.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
That's funny.
That's what's happening.
Let's see. Oh, let's see our mix. I put a little more pink in it, so we got more pink and peach and a little chromey looking, and I hope you like it. Okay. Was that the 3rd or 4th? Gosh.
That's the 4th.
That was the 4th? Wait.
Are we sure?
Yeah, that is the 4th.
Okay, cool. What's the best top coat to put on dip powder for someone who's hard with her nails?
I think it would kind of depend on what you're doing. Are you putting dip powder over a natural nail? Are you doing it over a tip? That might depend. But if you are, okay, tell me that again. She's hard on her nails?
Hard on her nails, dip powder, what top coat?
Okay. Honestly, I really like to use the manicure top coat. For me, manicure top coat can go over anything. It can go over your gel polish, your dip powders, your acrylics, your hard gels, and I don't have any issues with it. So if she's hard on her nails, she may need a little bit more of that flexibility. The stain resistant does work over the dip powders, but if she's hard on her nails and they're bending a little bit more, if it's just her natural nail, it may have more of a tendency to crack. But I like the manicure top coat for everything, or the ultimate finish even. Ultimate finish tends to be a little bit more flexible than the stain resistant. So that'd be good.
Ultimate Finish is my go-to. Like I use it on 90% of my stuff, unless I'm worried about staining, just because I don't have to do anything past it. So, but yeah, I mean, any of those will work. She says over a tip usually.
Yeah, then if you're over a tip with the dip, I think you'd be fine to use the stain resistant, but it really, any of them would work just fine, just kind of a personal preference. If you want the easy use, no wipe top coat, go with the ultimate finish. If you want the stain resistant, go with stain resistant. If you have the manicure top coat that can use on everything, go ahead and use that. It'll all work good for you.
It will all be okay. I'm checking to see if I have bonus points. Hold on. Nope. Tracy, is an autoclave clave necessary for sanitizing tools, or would an UV? I can't see that part because I don't have a lamp be enough. So here's the thing. It depends on your state. I don't know that an autoclave is mandatory in any state, but again, I don't research most states. It's not necessary if it's not required. But I think I probably would have one if I opened a salon again. It's just that, especially with COVID and everything, it just gives you that extra added insurance. People feel, but you still have to do your sanitation and your disinfection before you go into something like that. So it doesn't take any steps out. You're adding an additional step.
Yeah, and that's actually here in Minnesota, autoclaves are. I'm not going to say they're not legal, because they're legal, but you have to follow certain steps of having it. I don't know what the proper terminology is, but having it checked on a regular basis to make sure that the spore count or something is where it's supposed to be, so that it is functioning properly. A friend of mine, she has one in her salon, and she has to keep records of every time she has it, maintained or whatever, so that when state board comes in to inspect, they can look at that and they can see, okay, she has had this inspected as needed. And if you don't have that proper paperwork, then you can get fined for just having it. Even if you're not using it, even if you're using it as a storage, same thing with those UV light sterilizers. If you don't have, you can't just necessarily use them as a storage. In Minnesota, you cannot have them in your salon at all. So check your state boards, check what they allow and what they don't allow.
Yeah, absolutely. Will there be any specials for Glitterthon next week? Yes, there will be. But you have to wait. Sorry. But yeah.
I don't. So I can't even. I can't spill the beans either.
Yeah, well, it's probably because we're not completely done with them, but we're getting there. But yes, but there'll be some specials. But we're probably going to do another 24 hours. So the night before, 6 p.m., 24 hours through, or a little longer than 24 hours, right?
I would say stay tuned for this weekend, maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure Saturday. Yeah, I'm sure. That's probably what he's filming and going crazy, ballistic. And that's upstairs. He's not out here. He's upstairs, and I can hear him. He's louder than my new exhaust system.
Just put him on the back of your bike and take him there.
Just make noise, babe, okay? Let people know I'm there.
Bonus points.
Tracy is a steel trap, not like Greg. Absolutely. I am. And you know why I am? Because it's more exciting that way for people. And you tell someone prior, it takes the fun out of it. It's like, oh, okay, what else? I've heard this before when they find out, oh, okay, well, what else are you going to do? It's like, well, now you're not excited because so now you want more. So no, I'm not spilling the beans. No.
It's like Christmas morning. You can't open presents on Christmas Eve. I mean, I don't do, but you can't do that. You got to wait till Christmas morning.
And half of the time it's a surprise to you because we probably just figured it out the night before. So we are not like most companies. Thank God. Thank God there's not a lot of red tape around here because, I would never survive in a real corporate world. I'd be like, what do you mean it needs to be 8 months I need to plan a year ahead of, what are you talking about? I just finished tomorrow's deals yesterday. Let's see. I do autoclave my tools, but my friends at the tattoo shop down the hall do it for me. Oh, that's cool. I pay them a small monthly fee for the service. That's really cool, Kelly. That's a nice little, yeah. I think it's just an additional reinsurance. But what's funny is what you were saying is here you're doing something additional and you're getting dinged for it if you don't do it right. It's like,
but
wow.
I think the reason for that, though, is because people think that just using an autoclave they're going to take their dirty tools, put it into the autoclave, and they think it's going to be perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's like you said, you still have to go through that washing and disinfecting. You still have to wash with soap and water. You still have to put it into your disinfectant, and then you can put it into your autoclave to do that final process. So I think that's why people get in trouble, is because they're using it to try to skip steps and save time, but it's not.
Yeah. I know state of California, not on that, but just it reminds me of keeping your books and stuff like that. They changed the law on pedicures and what you had to do for pedicures. And it increased the cleaning by, it was at least a 15-20 minute cleaning process, right? But you couldn't just say you did it. You had to have record. And if state board came in, they wanted to see everybody's books. And if you said you had an appointment at 10, a pedicure, 2 weeks ago at 10 o'clock, they go to the pedicure book, they check that out and see if you actually cleaned or mark that you cleaned. Yeah,
So
it
you
got
actually have
crazy.
to write down after every single pedicure that you cleaned it.
Yep. You had to verify the steps and that you cleaned it. Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I get it. I get why they're doing that,
Yeah, I
but
think I didn't bother me the cleaning process because we really
do it anyway.
we did it anyways, but it was just like if you forgot that to write it down because you have your own book, now you need to go into this pedicure book. Fortunately, we didn't get deemed, but let's see. What is an autoclave?
An autoclave, how do I describe it? It basically, and Tracy, if you have other insight, let me know.
It nukes germs.
Yeah, my understanding is that it brings it to a really high temperature and where it burns off everything basically. And I think somehow you put your tools into a package and it like seals them into that package or something, so that that once it's done with its cleaning or autoclave process, it seals those those tools into your package, and so that that they're going to be clean and sanitary for the next client.
That's my knowledge of it. Yeah. H-Town fell asleep. You fell asleep on us, and you missed your bonus points. That's what you get for falling asleep on us. No.
Is it late? Who is that? Where are they at? Is it late at night?
She didn't sleep last night, so she's tired. Can we please see Karen's dust extractor installed? Are you able to do that? Would you be able to...
Let me clear some things out of the way here. Put all my stuff away. All right, let me see if. All right, hold on. Let me see.
Whee! Oh yeah, there it is. See, Karen's like me. I like my stuff flush. I don't like to have a lip. So that is so cool. That's great.
Underneath the desk, if that helps at all. So underneath, I've actually just kind of cut it out and then put like a little drop down kind of a ledge so that it just sits on there, and then I can just turn the on off right there. And then also, I can't see if you guys can see this or not.
Yeah.
So on the sides, it has an open side so that I still have the vent open on the side.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Can you go up, Ramon, real quick? There was a question. Nope. Oh no, it was Karen. Okay, I got it. I started my first salon, and I'm so go back up. Sorry. I started my first salon and so amazed on how they don't have disinfect. Really? I never seen them wash their tools. Ew. They just stick it in a UC sterilizer. It's disgusting. I literally have to wash the tools, spray them with alcohol before I use them. I'm so scared to say something, but and that's disgusting. Yeah, girl.
I'm going to say this. Everybody makes their own choices, but if the salon is not doing their sanitation and disinfection, I personally wouldn't want to work there. And you need to make your decisions that are best for you. But that scares me, because that can,
what other
if you were to spread, what other shortcuts? But if you were to spread something to a client, from one client to another, again, that's your license on the line.
That's on you too. Like, you're not going to be able to say, well, the salon is like, no, it's you.
Is there something that you can do? Can you bring in your own disinfectant? Will they allow you to do that?
Do they have your own set of tools you work? Yeah. I'm sorry about that. And you know what? It totally get it, because it's not something you'd be like in an interview. Hey, can I go see your cleanup station? Like, you just assume that people are going to follow rules and regulations. But yeah, that's awful.
That really makes a good point, is that when you go to do an interview, it's not just them interviewing you, you're interviewing them. You got to make sure that that's going to be a good place and a good fit for you to work too.
Yeah.
So it's okay to ask those questions. Ask where they have their disinfectant. Do they supply disinfectant, or is that something that you would need to do yourself? Ask all your questions.
Ask for a tour, even. Can I have a tour? Because you're probably going to check some things out while you're doing that. So, yeah, I'm sorry. That sucks. But hopefully you'll be able to just do your own thing. That would be nice. Or maybe you'll have to move on. YouTube. Hey, Karen, I'm in Minnesota too. I'm in the process of renting some space for my nail and lash business. Is there any advice you have for me? Please share.
Well, I'm curious as to where you're at, first of all. But advice on renting space, I could go on for hours about advice on space. Look at a lot of different places. Find the one that is going to be best for you. Okay. There's beautiful salon suites out there. There's great salons that have, stations that you can rent. But you got to figure out what's best for you. So if that may be, being able to come and go when you need to, maybe having a security door, things like that, figure out what's going to be ideal for you. Discuss pricing. Discuss not just your pricing now, but in a year later when you renew a contract. Do you have a contract, first of all? When you renew your contract, is that price going to go up? Is there going to be changes in that? Do you have to get any kind of insurance? Does the salon provide insurance to you? Things like that. Figure out your spacing. How much space do you need? Because let me tell you, I moved in when I moved into this suite that I'm at now. I literally had zero clientele. I had just moved back into town, and I was building my business. So I got a smaller suite, but it has a window in it. You can see my window. And I still, to this day, I won't give up my window because I need to see what's going on outside. I can't be in just a dark little corner. So, again, find a space that you like, but make sure that all of your stuff is going to fit. And that's kind of where I'm struggling right now. Is I had a very small pedicure setup, and now I've kind of upgraded, and now everything is just very tight. So make sure that the space is going to fit your stuff and that you're going to be comfortable in there. Oh geez, like I said, I could go on for hours about advice for renting, but make sure that it's something that's affordable. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I can tell you is it's going to look beautiful. You're going to fall in love with all of these huge spaces, and, but make sure that you can afford your space. Melissa said this one time, that your first 3 clients of your day should cover your salon rent. So, and I really took that to heart when I heard her say that, because a lot of people, they will rent these beautiful suites, but they can't afford it. They're only working just to pay for that suite. It's like, there's no reason for that. So figure out what your budget is, stick within your budget for now. You can always move forward or move to a bigger suite if something comes open, and keep it in your budget.
Yep. Let's see. Great advice. Someone said that they were at a salon, and someone was using tweezers one of the workers was using tweezers to pick their nose. Oh, Lordy, help me. Trish from YouTube, Mandarin glitter is kind of a peachy color. Yeah, it is a little bit. It's orange peachy. I put it in the mix. So yeah. Let's see. Let's do a giveaway, Ramonski.
Let's do it. All right, here we go. Let's go.
I'll show you guys what it looks like. This is it. This is our mix for the day. Our garbage pile. Kind of pretty. We got some purples. We got some peach. We got some pink. We got iridescent. So I think you should like it. We're waiting for Ramon's word. Oh, bonus points. And
Okay, ready?
Yeah, whenever you are.
All right, guys, we're about to start the giveaway. If you're on YouTube, make sure you jump over to Twitch. It's the only way you'll be able to enter the giveaway. If you're watching the recording of this, I am sorry you missed the giveaway. But come back and watch us live to join the giveaway.
Don't go, guys. You're already doing it. No, wait for Ramon to sit. Is it on?
I'm about to start it now. Hold
Yeah,
on,
guys, you're gonna have, if you've already done it.
You gotta wait. Hold on,
yeah.
guys. Here
And
we
if
go.
you're on YouTube, we wait a couple minutes. So come on over and hop on. Sign up for Twitch because that's how you can win.
Yeah. So hold on, guys. Not yet. Not yet. We're waiting. We're trying to wait for those people over on YouTube to come on over. All right, guys. I'm about to start it, and here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go to town. Enter exclamation
go,
raffle.
go.
Exclamation
I'm gonna
raffle.
myself.
The same way you see
Karen
it on
won
screen.
yesterday, I heard. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because like I was working on some other stuff and I kind of had Twitch over in the background, and I put my stuff in for the raffle, and then I heard my name and I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what did you say? Did I just win? I was like, oh my gosh, I did! So yay, draw again.
Finally. Ramon, I think I missed a highlight. No, maybe
I did
before
not
the
see-
raffle.
Was it?
Maybe.
Let's see.
Can you go?
I might be gone by now because the raffle
Oh, might
overtakes
have
the
pushed
chat.
it. If you did, I'm sorry. Just put it all in caps
Yeah, it
and
overtakes
we'll
the
hit
chat.
it. I'm not sure if I did or not. I might have just been seeing things, which wouldn't surprise me. Let's see if we have any more questions. Oh, someone did ask where you're located.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm in Woodbury, Minnesota, just outside of St. Paul, and I am at a Salons by JC Suites. So
Very nice.
it's a great company. They've been fantastic. I've been here for 5 years at the same suite. So find a place you like. Be comfortable.
Did you miss a question, Tracy? I don't know. The scrolling. So if you did
Yeah,
ask a question,
Yeah, if you highlighted a message, let us know in a little bit.
yeah,
here.
just put it all caps, and that way we see it. But yeah, I'm not sure, and I apologize if I did.
Sorry.
You did miss one. Okay, what was it?
And who was it?
What was it? Do clients still come in 0-degree weather?
0. We're still wearing shorts in 0 degrees. Come on now. It's like 40 below here. 0's like summer. No, yeah, people do. Usually the only thing that keeps people from coming out is if we have a big snowstorm and the roads are bad. But sometimes, we got 4-wheel drive out here, so people come out. We're just used to it. That's just life out here in Minnesota.
Someone said that they know that. What suites did you say?
Salons by JC.
Yeah, they know the JC family. That they're really awesome.
Really?
JC's dad. Yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
Yeah.
So everybody's telling me I did miss a highlight, but I don't know what it was, and I can't go back up. Oh,
Yeah.
what color would you add to orange to make more peach? So to tone down an orange to make it more peach, as you know, I love my salty sweet to tone down colors and bring them down. Salty sweet, mandarin, and then I used inside voice to help. In mandarin. Is what I toned down texture friend to get the peachy color. So stuff like this. Or you could even start with the mandarin and a little brighter orange. I just like this tone. So I used this one. But yeah. Anytime you use a lighter version of the color, you're gonna tone it down. You bring in a taupey brown or something like salty sweet, it's gonna tone it down, and then you're gonna what do I call this? You're gonna lighten it with your very fine iridescent.
That wasn't it, Trace, but we're gonna find out who it was.
Okay, I struggle with finding maybe it was this. I remember seeing this one.
Okay.
But I don't know if this was the highlighted. I struggle with finding lights bright enough in my nail room. I need help knowing what color and type of bolts to use in my nail room. I need the brightest of the bright, almost bluish looking, even though they are supposed to be white, they look yellow. Yeah.
Okay.
I personally just got one on Amazon that is a huge magnifier, and it has all 4 different levels of lights to it. A yellow, a blue, a white, so you see true color, different lights tones. Thoughts, Karen?
You know, I used to love the slimline.
Yeah.
I've had that for many, many years, and then it just got to be kind of too cumbersome in my station. And then you guys, Young Nails sent me one of the ring lights, and I just kind of mounted that to the side of my table. I love it. It's on what I've got on now. I can adjust the brightness or dimness, so I can turn it up if I need to, and I can crank it all the way up, so it's really bright. And like I said, I have it mounted right over my table, so it's, it doesn't give shadows or anything over it. And yeah,
So
I like it.
she's talking about the room lights, so probably the bulbs. You go to any Home Depot, anything like that, you go ask them for true color lights. I do think they are on the blue tones versus the yellow tones. What do you remember what they're called? Are they daylight?
Daylights. Yeah.
Daylights. And they should be able to point you in the right direction to place them out.
I think there's different daylights, because I got a daylight bulb at my house, and it was really weird. And
Really?
it didn't, so I don't know if it's like a warm tone or a cool tone.
I think you want more of a cool tone versus warm tone, because warm tone is going to cast the yellow. But just ask them that you specifically want something for true color.
Yeah.
So, and that will be very helpful. So I hope that helps. Okay, let's find out who won.
Cool. All right, we're about to close the entries, guys, in 3, 2, and 1. Entries are now closed. And the winner is, actually, sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah. And the winner is?
Laura Lou 64. Congratulations. Congratulations. I'm going to throw this at Ramon, and he's not looking. I'm going to pull a Habib. He did that last week.
Anyway,
He threw
It was
something
this-
at him,
it was
and
this
Ramon
week.
wasn't looking.
Yeah, it was this week.
Was it this week?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Karen, can they see your light before we go? Is that possible?
maybe the ring light.
Yeah.
Let
I
me see
love
if
ring lights
again,
for the desk. I really do.
let me see here. Let me move some things around again. And so yeah, I'm kind of a DIYer, so I like to make things work for me. And what I did, I won't be able to show you guys because I can't move my table right now. But I actually took my, oops,
You're there.
sorry, hang on.
We
Okay,
got you.
I'm here. I clicked on a different screen. Okay, so what am I showing you here? I don't know what I'm showing you.
The light.
Okay, so it is, I'll just go this way. It's a,
Uh-oh. We may have lost her.
We might have lost her.
Uh-oh.
Yep, we lost her.
Sorry, guys. Well, it basically what she has is a ring light. And what's cool about ring lights is you put different filters, and they're made to like look good, like true tones. So that's also helpful. On that note, guys, we are going to head out. I am sorry we lost Karen. Karen, if you're listening, thank you. Oh, there you are.
Well, she's
Oh,
not on the
you can-
stage.
No worries. We're done anyway. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. And Karen, thank you so much for joining us also. We will see you guys Monday. Do not forget, next Wednesday, the 21st, we're doing our Glitterthon. And Karen actually is coming out for it. So we'll have Greg, we'll have Karen, we'll have myself, we'll have Habib, we'll have Ramon, we have Jorge, we have Kira in the house. It's a all hands on deck kind of situation. So please, if you can, make it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you Monday. Bye.
Lotion, lotion, basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket, lotion, the lotion and puts it in the basket. It puts it on the skin. Lotion, basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket, lotion, the lotion and puts it in the basket. It puts it on the skin. It puts it on the skin. It puts it on the skin, The basket, the lotion and puts it in the basket. Lotion, the lotion and puts it in the basket. Lotion, the lotion and puts it in the basket. It puts it on the skin.